Particulate matter refers to the microscopic solid or liquid particles which are suspended in the atmosphere. It is difficult to say much about particulate matter since it can vary to such a great degree in its components, in its sources, in its health effects. For example, the size of the particles can vary and are often broken into categories such as coarse particles or PM10, which vary between 2.5 and 10 microns. Fine particles, which vary from 1/10 of a micron to 2.5 microns, or ultrafine particles smaller than that. The source of these particles can vary. Some are entirely natural, coming from volcanoes, mineral dust, forest fires, sea spray, and even living vegetation. Others result from human activity, such as traffic, the combustion of fossil fuels, the coal burning power plants which produce electricity, and others. They vary in whether or not they contribute to global warming, and some do if they create, say, ozone, which is a heat-trapping gas, while others actually contribute to cooling the planet simply because they help disperse light in the atmosphere. Some change the properties of light, which is why some particulate matter, such as that of smog, may give a colored haze, often a yellowish haze, to a city's skyline when it accumulates. These particles can vary in their health effects. For example, some are carcinogenic and can cause cancer, others are not. Some are primary particles which are directly released from the original source, such as the combustion of fossil fuels, while others are secondary particles which were not released but which formed subsequently through chemical reactions. For example, the combustion of fossil fuels can produce primary particles of nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide, but then subsequent chemical reactions result in nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and ozone, which were not released originally, but which resulted when the primary particles underwent chemical reactions in the atmosphere. While the largest particles do not pass the nasal cavity because they are trapped in mucus, and mucus and cilia will sweep them away from the lungs. Other particles are known as inhalable because they can reach the bronchi in the respiratory tree. Others, which are smaller, are called thoracic particles, which can actually enter the bronchioles, including the terminal bronchioles. And others are categorized as respirable particles because they can actually reach the air sacs and can pass into the blood. And so a great variety of particles form particulate matter, which is a serious form of air pollution which contributes to hundreds of millions of deaths per year.